What's up, squad? I am taking a mini break from the storyline just to answer some questions. So I've been getting a lot of questions about chemotherapy, so this vlog is dedicated to that. Some of the questions that I've been getting: how's chemotherapy going? What are the side effects? How do you feel after? What really goes on? How long is it? Etc, etc, etc. This vlog will be answering those types of questions. To this date, presently, I have gone through 4 cycles of chemotherapy. Each cycle's side effects are what connect them together. Okay, so you have side effects such as, the nausea, the tiredness, you're just constantly fatigued all the time. Concentration is very minimal, and what was unique for me is that I actually have heightened senses during duration of chemotherapy. So that is a string that attaches all 4. However, each cycle was unique in terms of its intensity. What do I mean by that? Let's talk about cycle 1. Cycle 1 lasted from being accessed via my port and getting de-accessed 48 hours. The longest time I was accessed with a chemotherapy pump. The chemotherapy drug I actually take home with me. I don't stay in the hospital overnight or anything like that. What I do though is that I do stay at the hospital for at least 5 hours because they give me steroids, anti-nausea medication prior to chemotherapy, and then I actually take the chemotherapy home with me. And then the side effects lasted about maybe 2-3 days total. From being accessed, then recovering from chemo took about 5 days. Maybe let's add a 6th day just to be safe. So almost a week. The side effects of it were, again, enhanced senses: sight, sound, touch, all of them. The house would be dark, no lights on, because I just could not handle the light. Had to live in darkness. Hearing, intense hearing, where I could hear everything, even outside of the house. Like, it had to be dead silent in the house. I could not even stand the sound of my own voice. And then the same with taste and everything else. And very, very tired. And the nausea was actually pretty bad. Cycle 2 only lasted 48 hours from being accessed and de-accessed. Duration of these side effects lasted for 15 hours in terms of intensity. The senses were even more heightened than cycle 1. After 15 hours, it was fine. And how do I know that it was 15 hours? Because usually how I think about chemotherapy is that it's just a waiting game. I just wait until these side effects, it's just nuts. So how do I know? Because I consistently wake up around 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know, maybe because of habit, because of my schedule when I lived in Miami. Remember getting up at like 5 a.m., doing a little bit of work, and then come around 7, that's when I started to feel very tired, and all of a sudden my senses started to heighten. When that usually happens, that's when the medication starts to wear off. So I started to nap, and I would consistently ask what time it is, to the point where it was 10 p.m. and I started to feel okay. So that's how I figured it out. Now, talking about cycle 3, very different from cycles 1 and 2. And actually cycle 3 happened on my birthday. What happens is that I receive chemotherapy bi-weekly on Tuesdays, and the medication usually wears off by Friday, typically the worst day. This year, my birthday was March 16th. Okay, I'm probably gonna roll a clip of my birthday segment right now. This year, my birthday fell on a Friday, and I had chemotherapy that week as well, which meant that Friday was going to be the day where I like to call it Odin sleep, because I'm just knocked out and can't do anything that day.
Thus, the cycle begins anew.
Remarkably, I still had heightened senses, but was able to function. What I mean by function is that I can still have a conversation with people, because in cycles 1 and 2, I just could not talk to anyone, could not be around anyone because the side effects were that intense. This time around too, nausea was almost non-existent. Cycle 1, the nausea was very, very present. Cycle 2, nausea was not as evident as the first, and cycle 3, it was pretty much not there. And I did take naps. I always have to nap during each cycle because it just drains you where you are tired. So if my body is tired, I listen to it because there's no use fighting it. Now, lastly, on to cycle 4, my most recent cycle, almost similar to cycle 3. However, my recovery period was a lot sooner, but not by a lot though. If I make it through Friday, I'm out of the woods. And then Saturday and Sundays are usually the days that I recover. By Monday, I'm feeling pretty good. And then Tuesday, I'm back to normal, so to speak. This time around for cycle 4, my out of the woods period happened sooner. So usually I need the whole day Friday. But Friday evening, I started to feel a little better. And then Saturday was even better. And then Sunday, and then Monday, and then Tuesday, and now it's today. So in terms of senses, still heightened, but it wasn't as bad as cycle 3. Still have light sensitivity, still sensitive to sound. All 5 senses are still sensitive, but the intensity was not as bad as cycle 3. It's a very interesting experience. 5 senses sensitivity and being able to recover a lot quicker each cycle. My doctors have been telling me that since I am young and fit, or used to, that has really helped a lot in terms of me being able to recover quicker from the chemotherapy treatment. One question that I get is that, or a comment that I receive is that, Kevin doesn't like this kind of food, and that is just not true at all. I love food. Love food, okay? If I'm not eating whatever is in front of me right away, it's because it actually will not enter into my stomach. It reacts with the tumor in some sort of way that it will just not pass through, and therefore I literally cannot eat it because it will not enter my stomach. And if it doesn't enter my stomach, it builds up at the bottom of my esophagus, which causes nausea, which causes vomiting. So it's not that I do not like certain foods, it's whether I have the ability to eat them and for them to pass by the tumor with relative ease. So that's something that I wanted to answer or address, because shoot, if I could eat chicken adobo or a burrito from, it's gonna be Chipotle, sorry. If I could eat a burrito from Chipotle, I would inhale that thing ahora, like as soon as possible. But the tumor, as of presently, it is still too big where it's not able to let any of those things pass. The reason why grilled cheeses are able to pass, saltine crackers or anything like that, is because it will dissolve in my mouth a good amount before actually going into my esophagus. I do, however, still need to eat slowly though, because even though it has that dissolvability effect, if I don't eat it slow enough, it could aggregate down there and I'm in trouble. I think that pretty much answers some of your guys' questions about chemo. If I did miss any, feel free to ask in the comment section. I also, it's social media plug time. So I've also recently created a Facebook page because I hit 500! Yes! Okay, so enough excitement. So I've recently created a Facebook page to migrate away from my personal Facebook. So do like and follow that. And I'm going to, I'm going to put my Facebook here. I've also have an Instagram where I post as well, and that's gonna be right there. And I also have a Twitter, literally don't know how to use it, but do follow me there as well, and that one's gonna be linked right here. Okay, so follow me on all my social media pages, that way we're all connected like forever. And then you must subscribe to my channel, of course. And there's this new feature thing where not only do you need to subscribe, but you have to hit the bell thing as well. And that way you'll be notified whenever I upload videos. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna place my YouTube channel bell thing. I'll show you what the bell thing looks like here. And you're gonna have to hit that. Yeah, pretty much everything for this video. I think the next vlog after this will continue with the main storyline. That concludes the vlog. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you on the next vlog. Oh, wait. I wanted to say thank you so much for all of the love and support, the thoughts and the prayers, the words of encouragement, and everything in between. And for those who attended my healing mass recently on March 24th, thank you all so much for attending. It was just, I'm speechless. That's how great it was. Seeing the solidarity, simply amazing. For those that attended, and then the online presence as well, that is the message that I've been promoting and I wish to continue to promote as well. Thank you all so much for everything, and let's keep it going.